So at some point, you've probably had a great idea for an iPhone app. Who hasn't? You've gone up to one of your friends and said, hey, I've got this amazing idea for an iPhone app. If you can build it, we're going to become millionaires. I'll take 90%, you take 10. You're just doing the coding after all. And they just stare at you, a blank stare, because nobody wants to build your app for free. And honestly, even if your idea is amazing and you could pay them, they've got their own ideas, their own projects, their own dreams. So your idea just sits there in your head for months, maybe years. You don't know if it's good. You feel it's good, but you also don't know if it's terrible. You haven't gotten any feedback from anyone. It just exists in space until today. Because today you're going to learn how to build it yourself. We're going to build an iPhone app from scratch using AI and existing tools. You don't need anything installed yet. We'll download everything you need, set it up, and by the end of the day, you'll have a real app running. Not a concept, not a pitch, an actual app. Will you become a millionaire? Probably not. But you could make some money. And honestly, that's more than most people who only have ideas. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is install Xcode and Claude. We'll start first with Xcode because that takes the longest. The first thing you need to do is open up the App Store app on once there, you can open up the Xcode detail page and then click download. I already have the app installed, but hit the download button. It'll take about 10 minutes. Grab a cup of coffee, consider your life decisions, or if you want, we're going to optimize this and download Claude while we're downloading Xcode to make things go a little bit quicker. Next, open up Safari and go to the Anthropic website. From there, you're going to click on the little arrow at the top right-hand side where you'll see a drop-down menu. Once you see that drop-down menu, click on Pricing. Here you can pick from 3 options, free, as we talked about, which will get you going. You can complete the project with free. It might take a little bit longer because you might run out of credits very quickly. If you want to be a little bit more dedicated, you can upgrade to the Pro plan, which I would suggest. It'll just make your life a lot easier. Or if you want to go crazy, sign up for the Max plan. That's the one that I have, but I don't think you need that right now. Stick with the free or the Pro plan and you'll be all set. Now let's go back to the little drop down you saw and then select Claude Code. Here, you're going to copy and paste the URL to be able to put this into a terminal, which comes for free and allows you to download Claude Code. All right, close down the browser. And next we're going to load the terminal application on your Mac. This is the application that you see during The Matrix and all those other TV shows where green text is flying by. You can make it green if you want. I can show you how to do that in a future episode. But first, let's get up and running. To do that, you can hit the Command and Space bar at the same time if you want to be fancy, or you can go up to the top right and click on the search icon. Then type in the word terminal, hit enter, and bam, your terminal will pop up right in front of you. Now you're going to copy and paste the URL we copied from Anthropic, hit enter, and Claude will start downloading. It's as simple as that. You're going to have to wait a minute or two while it goes and pulls the libraries. It's going to give you some messaging here, and bam, it's installed. I think I have to stop saying bam, not Fred Flintstone. Now just type the word Claude into your terminal, and it will launch. Go ahead and accept the defaults. Yes, I trust this folder. We'll go through all of that in detail later. But now you're in Claude. First, I'm already logged into Claude, so I'm going to log out to show you exactly how it looks when you open up Claude. So now I'm going to log out. I'm going to exit Claude, and then I'm going to go back into Claude. And here we are again. And here you'll see a bunch of options. First, you can pick the type of desktop you would like, and it shows you the different options here, how it might look. I just go with number 1, which is dark mode, but pick whatever one makes you happy. Next, this is where you sign up for that Claude account with a subscription. You're going to select 1 here. It's going to open up a browser and ask you to authorize. I'm already authorized, therefore I'm just going to click it again. It's going to ask you to log in, make sure that you're authorized with your account. You probably signed up with Gmail or another account, and it's all set. Once you do that, now you're ready to go back into Claude fully authenticated. Now it's going to tell you it can make mistakes. No kidding. We all do. It'll make less than you actually. Select number 1 again. Use the recommended settings here. Don't do anything fancy. Again, say that you trust this folder. We'll get into all of this later, but we just want you to get started right away. Now you've selected a couple of default options. You've authenticated. You've selected a couple more. And now we're getting ready to code. Now let's go see if Xcode has downloaded. Once it has, we're going to open that up. Great. By now you should have Xcode and Claude installed. Now we're going to go ahead and figure out where to put our project. So we're going to be in the terminal here. I'm going to make the font a little bit larger for you. And here we're going to change directory into our home directory, which is just CD space tilde, which is the keyboard on the item on the top left-hand side. And then we're going to use, again, some command line magic. We're going to make a directory, mkdir meditation_app. We're going to make that directory. Then we're going to change into that directory. And now we have a directory in which we can open up Xcode and create a new project. So again, let's go ahead and command space, open up our search, type in the word Xcode. It will open up the app here. You'll click on create a new app. Here you can pick between multi-platform and iOS. Let's make it simple. Let's just pick iOS, tap on the app, hit next. And here we're going to name our product. We're going to name it very simply Meditation App. And one of the cool things here is you don't need an official iPhone account or a developer's license to be able to create a product. All you have to do is have to have an account with Apple that you use on your iPhone to purchase apps. Type that in there and just use that account. And again, you don't need a developer's license. You just need your existing iPhone account. You can add that in here, and then you can build your app on Xcode just using that. So I've gone through and authenticated my personal ID with Apple. Again, not my developer one, but my personal one. If you have a developer one, you can do that. Okay, let's hit next. And then we're going to select the folder that we created where we put our project. And so you're going to go back to your home directory, which is usually your login name. You're going to find the meditation app. You're going to open it up in Xcode. When you create a new project in Xcode, you already have an app that will work. Don't worry, this isn't the app I was talking about. We'll build one, but for now, we're just going to run it. So go ahead and pick at the top left-hand side, as you see in the video, you can pick a simulator. I picked iPhone Air. And then you want to move up and press the play button up on the left-hand side right there. Press that. Now you may be asked to download the simulator if you hadn't already selected that option when you downloaded Xcode. If so, please download the simulator. It's going to take a little while as well, up to 10 minutes or so. So go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we'll wait for the iPhone app to launch. It takes a little bit the first time it launches in the simulator. Okay, here mine is launching, and it's going to open up a very simple app that you can go and press the plus button and add some time and remove the time. This is just a basic little simple app that Apple gives you. It's kind of like a hello world version of the app. So once you've done that, let's go back into Xcode. And then now this is when the magic happens. We're going to stop the app. You can hit the stop button over there, which stops the simulator. Now we're going to go into Claude Code and build our project. So make sure that you start inside of the directory where the app is. We've called it Meditation App here. And now you're simply going to type Claude. You're going to open up Claude in this directory. It's going to tell you to say you trust the folder. And now we're here. So now we're going to type in a prompt, which is just an explanation of what you want to build. And in this case, we're going to create a very simple prompt where we start to build the meditation app. We want to iterate slowly. So we're going to create a very small version of the app and then iteratively build on top of it. So here we're going to type create a meditation app with just a screen. Let's make it simple. That allows the user to see a timer and allows them to pick from 3 different options, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and a 20-minute timer. Now we just want to make this simple. Claude will take this prompt and automatically build an app. It'll remove what we had already had before, add this new code inside of it, and then we'll be able to run an app with a timer with 10, 15, and 20-minute options. So hit enter, it's going to run. So Claude is probabilistic. So everyone's app is going to look a little bit different. That's the way that the what's called large language models that are used in Claude operate. Sometimes they produce different outputs. And so my app is going to look a little bit different than yours, but once you hit enter, it's going to go ahead and it's going to do its work. It's going to see, oh, this is a Swift project. This is an iOS project. It's going to start writing code. You'll see that code come up on the screen. And here it's going to ask you some questions. It's going to ask you if it's okay to overwrite what you had before. You can hit yes. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions as we move forward here. You'll have to hit yes to all of them. You can read them quickly, but at this level, it's all pretty straightforward stuff. Later, in one of the future versions of these tutorials, I'll teach you how to skip all the questions and just go right to the end of the app. In this case, the app ask just one question, and now it's finished. Now we're going to go back into Xcode, and then we're going to run our new app. It'll run much faster this time once the simulator has already been downloaded. It's already been run for the first time. And there you see, we have a meditation app. It has a timer in the middle. It allows you to select between 10, 15, and 20 minutes. You can hit the play button. The countdown will start. This is a great start to a meditation app. We have very simple functionality. Into this, we're going to add some additional functionality coming up. So let's go back into Xcode. We'll stop the simulator. All right, now we're going back into Claude Code, and we're going to continue to iterate on the app. So what we want to do here is we want to add a gong sound. Every meditation app needs to have a gong sound of some kind. And so in this case, we're going to add a gong. We're going to add it when the app starts, or the timer starts, in the middle of the timer to let you know that you're halfway through, and then at the end when it's over. And in this case, we want to be specific and tell Claude to create the gong sound. We're not going to supply it. Don't ask us for it. You create it, put it in there. And so now what Claude is going to go through, and it's going to go and figure out how it wants to make the sound. Here it's going to use a synthesizer. It's telling you how it's going to create it. And then it's going to go through, create that sound. Then it's going to modify a bunch of code to be able to integrate that gong sound into the beginning, middle, and end of the gong. Everything is moving forward nicely. This should not take very long. You can see it adding more code here, and it's done. So it's created a gong synthesizer.swift file, which allows for the gong sound to happen, and then a bunch of other small changes to the UI. We're going to go back into Xcode and run the app. This time again, it will run much faster. And now, when you hit the play button, you will get a gong sound. That's an interesting sound. You can change it if you want. Yours, again, might sound a little bit different than mine, but it's all good. You got a gong, and you can make it any sound that you want. You don't have to have a gong. You can tell Claude exactly what you want to do. So now that we have a gong, we're going to go back and make a couple of other small modifications, just again to show you that you can continue to iterate. This will be our third iteration on the app. And in this case, what we want to do is add the ability for the user to be able to go in and set their own time. Maybe they don't want a 10 or 15 or 20-minute timer. Maybe they want a 30-minute timer. Maybe they want a 5-minute timer, whatever you want. So we're simply going to prompt Claude and say, add a feature that allows the user to select a custom time, and it will create a UI that will create a custom time. If you wanted to specify exactly how it looked, you can do that. We'll do that later, but we're not going to do that now. We're going to let Claude pick exactly how it looks, hit enter, and then it will go through the same process. We'll look at the files. It will find places where it needs to add code to implement the functionality. You'll see that code pop up on the screen as it's being added. There it is. And then this should run pretty quickly. There you go. We've got a custom button where you can add a time, sheet picker, which is an iOS term that pops up something so you can pick the time within it. Let's go run the app and take a look. Again, it's going to run fast. Here it is. And then you can see on the right-hand side, there's a custom button. And here you can pick a custom time, any minute increment. So let's pick 30. We'll set it, hit play. The gong is going to go off. And you have a useful meditation app that can do pretty much any time that you want, or it can go through a quick selection of 10, 15, or 20 minutes. So there we are. As promised, we built a full iPhone app. You saw how you can create your own thing from scratch. And in future episodes, we're going to do some really, really cool stuff. So I hope you continue to follow the channel. So thank you again for checking in, and I'll see you soon. Take care.